Good morning, guys. Hope you're doing well. Today I want to talk about the biggest life regret I have so far, and that's that I didn't start therapy sooner. For so long, mental health was stigmatized, and people that dealt with mental health issues were looked at as crazy. And I wish I hadn't bought into that narrative. I wish I realized, mental health issues were just as valid as physical health issues. The brain is a part of the body. Um, Furthermore, I used to believe that it was soft to talk about hard times or times when you were struggling to people. My thought process was if I don't, really give it any mind, um, I'll be good. And I realize now, not talking about a tough time or a trauma doesn't make you tough or doesn't mean that it doesn't affect you. It just means what it says. You didn't talk about it. And the reality is, whether you want to admit it or not, tough times, traumas, things like that affect us all. And not working on processing those times will have tangible negative effects on your life. Whether you see it now, today, or not, I can tell from just life experience that it will. Um, and so for me, having been on both sides, not going to therapy for most of my life and then going to therapy, therapy is a lot better. So for me, you know, therapy has given me the ability to selfishly kind of talk about my life, my past, and then all that I'm trying to process, in that given week, right? And I think we can do that a little bit in some forms, when we catch up with friends, but we can't spend, whatever, a half hour, an hour, whatever it is, 45 minutes, just talking about ourselves and talking about like that doesn't make sense in a friendship context. Um, but it's fine in a therapist context because, you are, obviously, um, you know, the therapist is providing a service for you in exchange for, money or whatever. Um, More than that, I think the mental health professional is there to listen. Um, they can also ask great questions. They can provide insight, from their knowledge, to piece together certain parts of your past and, you know, um, give you ideas about why you're acting a certain way or why you're insecure about something. They can also give you strategies that they've learned. Um, for me, I had never had this type of space, and obviously, like, journaling helps, sort of, but to just really freely talk about, a certain topic and my life, um, and unload my thoughts, it even helps me, understand myself better. All this is to say, the reason I make all this content, is to maybe possibly help your journey or someone else's journey. And, you know, if you feel like you have the ability to try therapy out, I would encourage you to try it out. If try it out and you don't like it, obviously, I understand. But I do think it's important for all of us to know that you're not crazy to try out therapy. In fact, I would actually say that you're really smart because if you want to be your best self, your mental and emotional health will probably need to be as good as it can be to be your best self. And the way we need to think about it, as a society as a whole, what's actually crazy is to be struggling mentally and to not do anything about it, and not make the situation better. A comparable example would be like if I got a broken leg and I decided not to address it. I think our society needs to work to create, that mental health is just as important as physical health. Um, so yeah, that's my biggest life regret. Um, as I said, I probably, had I started earlier, would have shown up better. I may not have, unintentionally hurt people when I did. I would have better understood, my triggers or my insecurities, all that, and so, yeah, that's my biggest recommendation to you guys. Hope this is of help. If you have any feedback or follow-up comments, let me know. Thanks, guys.